Hey everybody, Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the Sony SEL50F18 lens for E-mount cameras. This lens is designed specifically for aps-c mirrorless cameras like the A6000 that I've been using pretty much since the day it came out. A great camera at its price point, and this lens is no different. This is a veteran lens in the E-mount lineup. You can use it with full-frame E-mount cameras, but of course it will work in a crop mode. In terms of what you're getting for $300 right now, is really, in my opinion, one of the best values in the entire E-mount lineup of lenses, and that's because you're getting not only a very fast piece of glass. This is designed specifically to be a portrait lens, and it's part of Sony's broader line of kit glass that you can get. The 55-210 is another great kit piece of glass. So Sony has really built an entire system for the E-mount. They take a lot of heat for not having a lot of lenses, but I would argue they have a pretty good lineup when you consider a lens like this. The typical paperwork that you would expect to come with any of these lenses, your warranty as well as some quick guides. And then we have the lens itself. A little bit of bubble wrap to protect it. A black finish now. When this lens originally launched, it was with a silver finish only, and that's because back then there weren't any black E-mount cameras, at least at that time. So Sony obviously has augmented that. We now have a black lens as well as a lens hood right here, as you can see. And the form factor, considering this is I think what many had hoped would be a very small lens when it originally launched, I think is a compromise of sorts, but I don't think it's a big deal at all. It's still a very lightweight lens, and when you take into account that this lens also sports optical steady shot, it does have image stabilization on board and is a prime at $300 that will give you some exceptional results. I think it, at least on paper and from what I've actually seen and used in the past, it is a great value. I never shared it, so that's why I figured today I would. I did just get it delivered in a bundle that I originally purchased from Amazon. I shared it with all of you in the past. It was a great deal for this camera, along with a wide variety of Sonys. Again, I would say kit glass, because that's really what this is. At $300, it is a prime lens, but at the end of the day, it really is a kit lens in it, at its core. In terms of performance, though, it could fool a lot of people, and you can see the form factor with the A6000. It does keep it small. It's not going to be pocketable, but then again, the A6000 isn't really pocketable to begin with, even though it is close. You need to step down to one of the Alpha models that does not have basically the viewfinder, and that's where you also give up the grip and will start to have a more pocket-friendly camera. But this lens really, again, is going to be a stunner at its price point. It's not going to disappoint those of you looking for that brand new portrait piece of glass, but that aren't willing to spend ridiculous sums of money in order to get differences that many would argue are negligible at best. This is far from a perfect piece of glass, but in Sony's E-mount lineup, it really can do no wrong, especially if you're getting it at a deeper discount than retail in a bundle like I did. And that's really the best way to get this glass when Sony or Amazon or any other retailer for that matter runs a proper promotion, giving you an opportunity to pick it up. Keep in mind there's no zoom here, so you'll be doing your zooming with your feet, but as I mentioned, this is really a portrait piece of glass, and you're buying it for its speed, its low light capability, the ability to just give you another element to your photography that you do not have without a prime in your bag. So again, this is aimed really at the beginners, first-time purchasers that are in the E-mount lineup and looking for something to complement that kit zoom that they got out of the box on day one. On the other hand, you may have decided to go without the kit zoom and just gone for the prime and other lenses because they do have a pretty solid stable of affordable glass at this point. I believe when this launched originally, this lens was $350, but again, now with the bundles, you may be able to pick it up. It all depends on the breakdown. I mean, I've seen it as low as $200, so it really has become a great value, and that's why I'm sharing it with everyone. This is not a new lens. It's not a breaking tech piece, but it is a great value in a world of a lot of electronic devices that are much more about marketing than performance and cost-effective value. So that's why I shared it. Again, the SEL50F18, a very fast piece of glass, and in terms of overall performance, really, it's going to be one of the better lenses that money can buy in the entire E-mount lineup, as surprising as that may sound. And I will be posting some samples of this, by the way, as well, since it does have stabilization, which means that even though it's a prime lens, unlike a lot of the Zeiss prime glass out there, you're going to be able to use this in a video capacity because of that stabilization, which I think is a big advantage that the SEL50F18 has. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. And of course, as usual, please feel free to subscribe. Later.